Lost in Random: The Eternal Die is a sequel to a little indie darling that came out in
Hey there.
2021. That game was absolutely
Rusty.
amazing and a breath of fresh air in a
Yes,
space
I'm
polluted with
Bessie.
the same few
So happy
genres,
to
both
see you
AAA
again,
and indie.
best
The
friend.
original game was an
What
action
happened to
adventure
you?
where you built a
Oh,
deck and rolled a
Bestie,
die
you
in the
don't
midst of
remember?
battle that
The
spanned across
evil
multiple
Queen of Amber
areas as you were on
trapped
a
us in
quest to
this
save your
nightmare.
sister.
The
The
time
Eternal
for
Die took a
leaving was
complete
so
different approach to
close.
gameplay
I've
and
been
became a
lost away for
roguelike in the
so
vein of
long
Hades.
without you.
A very risky
Lost in
roll of
so
the dice
many
to be sure, but
affairs.
one that paid off with
Horrors
flying colors.
unseen.
In The Eternal Die, you play as the Queen of Random,
I'm sorry.
Alexandra.
No, I
Following you
don't
on your
remember.
quest is your
I'm
adorable
sorry
die
I
companion,
drowned my
Fortune. You
bestie.
wake up in a
I
realm of
always knew
darkness
we'd
with no
find
one
a way.
around
I know
except for
we'd
a
play
statue named
again.
Chance.
I've been
You quickly
holding out
find out
days
that
for
you have been
you,
captured
bestie.
inside of the
I,
Black Die by a
um,
villain named Mare the
I'm
Knight. It is up to you and Fortune to thrust yourselves into Mare's nightmarish realm and find an unlikely caravan of companions
Your
to bring
sister
back
needs
to
to
the
learn
hub
some
area
etiquette
to help
regarding
you
when to
escape this
kill the
place once and
messenger.
for all. As you find new
Lovely.
characters to bring back, each of
Enter
them help you on your runs
sanity.
in unique ways.
She painted
Be it a
quite
giant
vivid
robot
pictures of the
forge
horror
named
she
Rack,
wished
who will
upon me,
supply you with
and
one of
then she
four weapons
attacked.
and their respective upgrades
Always
for a
the
currency
charm
called
in you.
Cinders,
Nothing
a
more.
giant toad named Alma, who will equally berate and help
She
you on your journey
remembered
with
the
permanent
pond.
upgrades in exchange for
Oh,
pip
not
dust, think
entirely
the
lost
mirror
then.
from Hades,
That
or even
woman's
a
goldfish
seamstress,
was
who will
hard
allow you access to
and
her
loyal.
wardrobe so you can change the way you look with outfits you find throughout your runs. The main gameplay loop is a very familiar one to anyone that has played this style of game before. You start off with nothing, and through depth and persistence will eventually become stronger and more familiar with enemy patterns to overcome every obstacle that once stood in your way. What was once an impenetrable brick wall shall lay before you like toppled popsicle sticks once you understand the ins and outs of the combat sandbox. Whether you favor the sword, bow, spear, or hammer, all are viable tools of destruction to thwart every boss that dares stand in your way. I would have liked if there were more bosses to learn the patterns of, but the few that are on display here are fantastic. There are achievements for beating all of them perfectly without getting hit, and I thought to myself, no way is that going to be possible on my first run. By run 10, I was like Neo in the Matrix, and I could see
You
the
were
code and
never
understand how to
alone.
achieve this goal. Your arsenal is rounded out by a singular card that has an ability that is cooldown, such as Flame Breath, Time Stop, Poison Daggers, and so many more. You can also throw Fortune at enemies and he will roll 1 through 6, and depending on the roll, do more damage. Whenever an indie game comes out, you never expect it to have such beautiful unique art and an amazing voice cast. Every character is so unique and voiced with so much fervor and passion. It is impossible to pick a favorite in either regard. I relished every instant a new character popped up on my screen because I could not wait to see their character art and hear their voice. The most unique mechanic this game has is how you upgrade yourself inside of a run. You will be rewarded at the end of every combat encounter with either money, health, or relics/pearls. The relics are then slotted into a grid that acts as a giant puzzle for you to max out your stats. Relics can have an associated color with them, red, blue, green, yellow, or purple. If you match 3 or more horizontally, vertically, or diagonally, the color will explode off the relics and give you a boost in damage either for your weapon, card, or die attacks. Pearls act as a conduit to connect cards faster, though they are one-time use and explode afterward. The runs never feel the same because of these relics. One run you can be throwing Fortune around, and when he lands, rockets, icicles, or even ghosts will chase down the nearest foe. In another run, you can focus
Assumed
primarily on your
bravery,
weapon and its charge
unwavering
attack that can inflict
determination.
poison,
Yet,
burn, or
amid
chill.
the
I
triumph,
truly
a
believe that combat
small
has the
doubt
longest legs in this
lingered.
game and could keep you
Were
coming back
things
for
truly
dozens of hours to
resolved?
try out new
Without
strategies.
changed,
It
but
is always
also
remarkable
quite the
remarkable
same.
to me when a
Many
developer shifts
souls
gameplay
remain
styles so
trapped in Mare's
dramatically
dark
and winds up
halls.
pulling it off in such a
Perhaps
spectacular
more could
fashion.
have been
If you look at
saved.
Supergiant Games, the
But
creators of
enough
Hades,
about
their
that.
first game was called
Vengeance
Bastion, and from
fulfilled.
those humble beginnings to
Evil
where they are now,
vanquished.
I do not
The
think
saga
anyone could have seen coming.
concluded.
Stormteller
Or
Games has just pulled off
is
that
it?
feat, and I cannot wait to see what this talented team is capable of next. From epic boss fights, amazing combat, a fun upgrade system, and some of the best artwork you have ever seen this is an absolute must play. I clocked in at 10 hours and I was beating the game with every weapon and getting pretty much all of the shreds of hope which completes the story. Overall rating 9 out of 10.